G'day guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. Today I've been busy in the pathway from Serenty to the inn, and started putting in some custom trees and some stones around the place just to make this look a little bit more lively. This extends all the way out to sort of the birch forest past the campsite, so it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with this. This was something I wanted to just sort of play around with to get that nice living feel as we come through this path. There's a couple of ponds around the area as well. There's one over the back there you can't really see, but they've come up nice and they just give that, like I said, that living look to the pathway itself. I'm hoping that over the next two episodes we can finish off the Karden district altogether and move on to the next project. So the plan for today is to finish the interiors of the houses off. That way we can pretty much call this above ground area finished. I'd be extremely stoked if we got that done. And then heading down into the Thieves Guild, I'd also like to get the holding room, what did we call it, the research area, down below, pretty much finished off. I'm not going to be able to get a charged creeper in there today, but we can definitely do the other couple of animals and the displays. I think I mentioned in the last episode that we were going to be changing up the design of this room a little bit and putting 4 rooms instead of 2. 4 rooms instead of whatever we've got in here, 8. I am going to keep that there, though, as an exploded thing to make it look almost like something's broken out and we don't know where it is. I think that would look really cool. So as I said, we'll get this finished up, looking really, really nice. Open it up. That'll look good with a more open area if we get rid of this pillar here and that pillar there. And the same with this, if we get rid of this pillar here and put all of our donkeys and mules in, the donkeys, horses, and the cows and mushrooms in there, dragon egg, end crystal and dragon egg, and then charged creeper spot here. It should look really good. The other thing I would like to work on in today's episode is planning out maybe even building one of the buildings for the bee farm area. It's only going to be a small project. We're not building a massive, like, highly detailed area like we've got here. So they're just going to be houses, a couple of custom trees and whatnot. It might expand into something that's a lot more detailed, but for the moment, I'm not planning on doing too much over there. So I'd like to finish that off as well, so we don't leave too many loose ends. But like I said, for the moment, we're going to be working on these interiors for these houses and down below, and then we'll jump across to the bee farm. So let's get these interiors done. Well, it turned out really good. I'm happy with this build. Placing the end crystal at the end was a little bit scary. I always worry about those things because one touch and it's pretty much done. But still, it's turned out really nice. I haven't touched the other 2 areas. Ran out of time for the, like, sort of the cow area, but we will be getting onto that very soon. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Over here, I struggled with the idea of the creeper habitat. At the moment, there's currently no law in the world as to what or where the creepers came from. Yeah, so I just struggled with the idea of what sort of holding room they would have. If you guys have any suggestions about lore for the creepers, please let me know down in the comments, and we'll see if we can come up with something really cool. But super proud of this one. I really enjoyed doing it too. The end builds are really creative, and I really like that. But as I said, for now, we're going to head across to the bee farm area and start working on the little impromptu village. Impromptu village? No, the little village that we're going to be making over there. Initially, the idea for this area was going to be that I had big towers made out of sort of cement with different colors in it. And I tried that on stream and it did not work out the way I wanted it to. It was just a different style of building than I was used to. So it went horribly wrong. But after a little bit of brainstorming and some suggestions from chat, we got to the point of having some mushroom houses. And I really like this. I think this is absolutely amazing. Because this is a fae and fairy area, the mushrooms sort of make sense. So we're going to fill the area up with sort of like a birch forest, I think, and do some custom birch trees as well with some different leaves. And we're going to do a couple of interesting little mushroom houses. I'm happy with how this one's turned out. It took us a little while to get there, but it's very mushroomy. I still need to do a little bit on it, but I ran out of the mushroom stem, I think it's called, and also ran out of the mushroom top blocks. So I'll have to go and do a little bit of a farm for that, and then we'll get onto building some more of these, some different styles as well, and maybe planning out any other buildings that might go in here. So I suppose we'll jump back into another time lapse and get this one done. Let's do it. That's not bad. These turned out quite nice. I think the contrast between that and that is a little bit off. I don't like that, but once we start adding in some other colors like paths and more trees and stuff, maybe it will work in nicely. I'm hoping to have a couple other houses, maybe one there and one over here as well. And I would also like to cover up this nether portal maybe, but we've run out of materials and it is quite a grind to get these mushrooms because you don't get much of the stem blocks. So I'm gonna have to figure out maybe a better way to do that. This has turned out all right. I like it. I really like this idea. It's something I didn't think of. This was what we were gonna do back over in the Enchanted Forest. And I think we'll do something similar, but on a much grander scale with some custom tree houses as well. I think, anyway. Anyway, guys, unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. Usually we'd finish off with a VOD, but I think this is gonna be enough for today. All the VOD stuff is starting newer projects we haven't quite looked at just yet. So I want to definitely go over there and explain those things before we actually get into it. Next week's episode, we'll probably come back in here and finish this off completely, and then we'll go across and have a look at the Dwarven area and start planning out some things for that. I think that's going to be really cool. During the week, I'll be working to try and finish off the Thieves Guild completely, so we'll do a little bit of a tour of that as well. But if you did want to check that out, come and hang out with us on Twitch at twitch.tv/AnthonyYTG. And you can see sort of the last of that sort of stuff getting built. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye for now.